What's going on, everybody? My name is Eason, and welcome back to another video. And today, we're going to begin looking at scales of analysis for AP Human Geography. You don't have to be an AP Human Geography, but we're just going to be looking at scales of analysis. Now, before we get into that, let's learn about scale, which is the ratio of distance on a map and the distance of the world. So, a scale could be, on your map, you see, okay, maybe an inch for us is like 200 kilometers or feet, or if you look really at a high scale map, it's going to be inches, it's going to be miles, it could be in customary or the imperial system. It doesn't matter. A map could be at local or regional or national or a global scale. We got to know this. We got to determine the difference between scale and scale of analysis. So scale is if we're looking at a map, are we seeing the whole world? Are we seeing a region? Are we seeing a local area? You probably won't see that much local scale. You'll probably see regional or global the most. Now, is picture 1 scale larger than pictures 2 scale? Take a second to think about this. Alright, so picture 1 has a larger scale. Why? Because we're seeing larger amounts of information. We see the roads. We see Interstate 35. We see more information about Austin, which is temporarily closed. We see buildings. We see terrain, buildings, infrastructure, and a mix of things. If you scroll in even further, increase your scale, increase your local scale, you may be able to see people. We see suburbs and roads and just a bunch of more information than we do on this smaller scale map. We see more land area, more terrain, but we don't see that information. We don't see those suburbs, those roads, the information about the cities. We don't see anything about Austin here. Just that is Austin. It doesn't even say that it's the capital. Some people could think, okay, San Antonio has to be the capital, or Fort Worth because it's closer to Dallas. We don't have that information here as we do for a larger scale, which is the one on the left. Now let's get into scale of analysis, which is the extent of analyzation between the relationship of humans and the Earth. So, are we looking at a global scale of analysis? Are we looking things? Of course, we've got to be looking at a global scale when we're looking at a global scale of analysis. But are we just viewing this at the whole world itself? Are we looking at a national scale of analysis? Are we looking at information from each country's data? We could be looking at a global scale, but a national scale of analysis. And you'll understand this in just a second. So there's local scale of analysis, regional scale of analysis, national scale analysis, and global scale of analysis. So let's get into local scale analysis, which is just analyzing a situation at a community or local level. Here we go. We have a local scale of analysis. We have a local level. We have the local area of Austin. If we zoomed in more, we would still have that local scale of analysis. However, if we zoomed out, we would have regional scale of analysis. Some people would consider this to be regional scale of analysis because maybe we don't have all of Austin's city limits, or we have the region of where Austin is. However, for this case, it's going to be a local, and so for some cases, it'll be regional as well. Here, so some examples of local scale of analysis could be a village, a county, a building. Here's another local scale of analysis. We're looking at the county level of tornado watches per year from 1993 to 2012. All right, so we're looking at a national scale. We're just looking at one country, national level. And then we're looking at a local scale of analysis. You might be seeing where I'm coming from with all this now. I'm not pulling it out anywhere. But we're looking at a county level, as you can see. You see all your counties, and you look for yours. You'll see where the tornadoes are in the United States. We'll be looking at different scale of analysis. So meteorologists can look at different scales of analysis to determine the worst places for tornadoes. So they'd be looking, okay, so the southern middle of the United States has most tornadoes. And if you zoom in more to a local scale of analysis, you may be able to see that, okay, a certain area of Oklahoma or Texas has more tornadoes. Now let's get into regional scale of analysis, which is just analyzing a situation at a regional level. Here we go. We have regional scale of analysis. We're not at that national level yet because we're not looking at two different countries. We're looking just kind of a region. Now we do have two different countries on here. We have Mexico and the United States. However, we don't have information about those countries. We just see the terrain where the borders are for the countries. We're looking at a regional level because we're looking at a region. Some would consider this region to be a southern part of North America or a central part of North America. So that's a regional scale of analysis. This is also a regional scale of analysis. We're looking at a global scale. We're looking at the world. However, we're looking at a regional scale of analysis. The continents are a region. Central Asia, I don't know why that's on here. But we're looking at the continents. North America, South America, Europe, Africa, Middle East, Central Asia, Asia, Southeast, Australia. Those are regions. Some could disagree with you. Regional or perceptional regions are sometimes, differed per person. Someone consider the Middle East to just be Saudi Arabia, Yemen, all those countries around there, but not Iran. Or someone to consider North America and South America to be combined. I know it's popular in some countries of Europe. So regional scale of analysis, your regional scale of analysis could differ person to person. However, you're still going to be looking at regional scale of analysis. Alright, let's get a national scale of analysis, which is analyzing a situation at a nation-by-nation basis. A national scale of analysis. Alright, here we go. We're looking at different country levels. So you're thinking, why is this not regional? We're not looking at all the countries in the world. We don't have to be looking at the countries of the world. We don't have to look at a global scale. We're actually at a regional scale because we're looking at a region of the world. We're on the western hemisphere of the world. So that's our regional scale. However, we're looking at a national scale of analysis because the information we've been giving is for each country. Yes, Alaska and United States and Hawaii's data is all the same. Now let's get into global scale of analysis, which is analyzing a situation at a global basis. So we're going to be looking at a global scale and a global scale of analysis. Here we go. We're not seeing the borders of a country. We're not analyzing it on a country by country basis. We're just looking at the world. So this is going to be a global scale of analysis. We're looking at the globe, except it's on a flat Mercator map. But yeah, global scale of analysis. This is very, very simple. Now let's get into multiple choice question practice. A map at this scale is most useful for one looking to move to what? So you don't need to know just scale. You need to know just scale and scale of analysis. The correct answer is A, a particular part of America. It's not B because we have information of California, yes. Now, they may also want to move to a place where there's less fires, so they can move to Louisiana or Arkansas or any other place with less wildfires. Or a particular part of North America. We don't see the other countries in North America. Yes, we can see them on the map. We don't see the information about wildfires. It'll also be a particular part of the West Coast. That's spelled the wrong. They may be looking to go, yes, to a place with more fires so they can be a firefighter, but they could also be looking for a place on the East Coast. They want to get away from those fires. Or in the middle, maybe it's like tornadoes. Maybe they're tornado watchers. I don't know their situation. And it cannot be a particular county in North America because we don't see where the counties are. We can infer where they are, but we won't exactly know for sure where we are. Most normal people can't draw where every single county in America is off the top of their head. So that's why the answer here is A. We're looking at America's scale of analysis. We're looking at a national scale, and we're looking at I would say national scale of analysis. This might be actually, this is regional scale of analysis because we're not seeing all of America. We're looking at 48 states. So think about these small parts. We're looking at a regional scale and we're looking at a national scale and a regional scale of analysis. And that's a wrap up. We learned about scale of analysis. There's an FRQ scale check in the description. Do it. It'll help you. I can't say that more than once because when you hear it once, you should know to do it. So do it.